Hi, this is Dan, and this video is designed to give you a good look at the pachinko machine that you're contemplating buying. This is a Sanyo Comet II. It was manufactured in 1976, and it has been completely restored. When I do a complete restoration, everything that you see both on the front and the back of the machine was removed. That's including all of the nails, all of the spinners, everything you see gets removed. It gets thoroughly cleaned and then reassembled. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as I show you the parts of the machine. This machine is in really nice condition in the sense that the original playfield, this white part, had little or no water damage. I don't actually see any water damage on this at all. A lot of the older pachinko machines, moisture had gotten inside the punctures of the nails and spinners and such, and the moisture had darkened the wood that's behind this, and it creates water spots. That's not the case on this machine. This machine's in very, very nice condition. It's got a very interesting play field. This one, I don't know that it's a unique machine, but I've never seen one with 5 tulips. And this is what drew me to it originally, is having 5 tulips. Right now I do have the tulips all open, making it a lot easier to get a win, a jackpot, if you will. When the tulips close up, which they will, it is much more difficult to get a win from this machine. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be doing a lot of playing. You may want to cheat and open the tulips before you start to play. This again, all of this is taken off. The nails get tumbled so that the brass gets brought up to the original brilliance. I will show you the back of the machine. This has legs on it, so it is freestanding, although you could mount it into a cabinet or mount it on a shelf so that it was on a wall. So here's the back. Again, all of the plastic that you see has been taken off right down to the bare board. Once all of that's off, the board gets sanded down. A couple of coats of polyurethane get applied, and then everything gets reassembled. Same case with the frame. This frame is made of red mahogany. It's a pretty rare wood these days. The pieces of the frame get taken apart. The frame gets all sanded, and again polyurethane so that it won't absorb moisture anymore. All of the rust gets scrubbed off of the machine. That includes all of the hardware. I try to use as much of the original hardware as possible, but most of the time these parts were stapled on when they were first built, and after you remove the staples it's much easier to use screws, because all of the holes do have, all of the parts have holes in them for mounting screws. So if you look, you'll see that this has been all put together with screws rather than stapled. The only thing that you will need, in addition to the pachinko balls, I don't include any pachinko balls with the machine. They're heavy. They just contribute to a lot of weight and cost in shipping the machine. The machine itself weighs almost 40 pounds. The pachinko balls are very easily gotten on eBay. My recommendation is you get between 300 and 500 and just find whoever's selling them the cheapest. They're all the same. You want to make sure you get nice clean ones, but there's no difference in the manufacturers. The only other thing that you will need is some sort of a catch tray. I just have a plastic little plastic container here. The balls that do not win drop out of the machine, so you do need some sort of a container to catch the balls. Okay, so let me turn it back around. This is plugged into a 9-volt adapter. So there's 9-volt going up here, running through a fuse, and then there's lights up in here and in the jackpot area for when the machine does pay out. This switch would activate when you run out of balls up in here, and it would, I don't know if I can't do it with the weight on it, but I'll show you when we cycle some balls through it. This also features in what's called the center attraction. This is a little putting green with a couple of sand traps in front of it. So the nice thing about pachinko is that anyone of any age can play the game. Little children can play the game. You would want adult supervision, of course, because if the machine does jam or doesn't pay out, then you need to be able to stop and deal with that before continuing to play. But kids can play it, any age can play it. It literally takes no skill. There is some technique involved, but no real skill. If you can push down on this lever right here, you can play pachinko. So it's just a matter of pushing down and letting it roll off your thumb, and that will launch a ball. It goes into the winning tulip. The light comes on here saying that you did win, and it will give you a prize of 14 balls. Let's see if we can do it again here. That time it went into the center chamber, which is very unusual. It's pretty hard to get it inside of this. That one missed, so it's going to go out and through the back of the machine. Also that one. There's another winner. So if you notice, as I'm winning now, the tulips are closing up. So I've won a total of 6 times, the 5 tulips in the center section. The tulips are all closed now, and now it's going to be harder to win. I can show you how to open the tulips, so it makes it easier. But right now, if you notice, this light is on, and it's staying on, so that tells me that I'm running low on balls up in the main hopper. Easy fix depending on how you have the machine. How you have the machine mounted. This obviously lets the balls from here go down to here. You just get a handful, reach up, and drop them into the upper hopper. And once you have enough put back in the upper hopper, then that light will go off again. And you can just continue to play. That one got in there, but it didn't go into any of the winning pockets. So as you notice now, I got one in there, but it's a little more difficult to win when the tulips are not open. But I'll show you here. It's not hard to open the tulips. You just open the front door, and then depending on where you drop the ball, it will open certain. It's going to pay out. It'll open up certain tulips. So I've got all the tulips open again, and then it becomes pretty easy to play. So again, it kind of depends on who's playing the game. If kids are playing, they're going to be a little more intolerant of not winning a lot. So you'd want to have the tulips open for them. When an adult plays, you know, they understand that. And again, that light's out because I brought a lot of balls out of the machine. So this is the 18th or 19th one that I've done. We've shipped 17 of them to various parts of the country. Never had one get there and be broken in any way, shape, or form, and never had one get to the new owner's location with any major problems. There's a little bit of tweaking that you can do, and I'll make another video that will show you how to load the balls into the machine and things to look out for if the machine doesn't pay out. So pretty machine, very pretty machine, and I hope you take it into consideration, and I'll look forward to talking to you again with an instructional video. Thank you very much.